What's up, guys? Hope you're having a great day today. Today, we're gonna be driving down to Tesla. And you might be wondering, why am I going to Tesla? And that's because rumor has it, there's a Cybertruck there. So we're gonna go see it. Let's get started. So my thoughts on the Cybertruck, I haven't seen it yet, but right now from what I've seen online, it's a rhombus looking thing made of steel. And I don't know how I feel about it. Some days I'm like, oh my God, this thing is kind of cool. Other days I'm like, this thing is ugly. Why would they make that? So I'm very split. I think today is the day where I finally have like my established opinion on the car, because I can actually see it, look at it in person, and gauge what it's like. I will say traffic right now is for some reason just being a massive pain. Like literally I have Google Maps pulled up and it's just red all the way up until this light, and I'm literally, I want to say, a good block away from the light, which is crazy to say. You know what's kind of ironic? I'm driving by the Lamborghini dealership right now. There's a Viper, an R8 out front, all of these cool cars, and yet I'm not going there and I'm ditching them to go to the Tesla dealership. I don't know what I've become, but I mean, hey, if there's a rare truck there, there's a rare truck there, and I want to go see it. And just like that, we've made to the Tesla dealership. Let's go inside and see if there's a Cybertruck. Hopefully there is. I'm gonna try and see if I can get some footage from my phone rather than use the camera, because I don't want to just walk in, shove a camera everywhere and just annoy people. So, well, let's just go in and see.
A few inches later.
Oh man, that thing is crazy. The Cybertruck, honestly, cool looking car. Just, oh my God. Let's get on the road and I'll tell you more about it. I'll start by saying that in terms of the big elephant in the room with the Cybertruck, the looks, it does look a little bit better in person. Like the proportions make a lot more sense seeing it in person rather than seeing it in pictures. Because in pictures, it just looks a lot more stubby and just like a giant lump on the top, versus in person it looks just a lot more stretched out, a lot more longer, and does give it a little bit more credit in terms of looks. I will say, in terms of the materials and like what it's made of, I do have to say the stainless steel is a very interesting take. Like, don't get me wrong, it makes somewhat sense to have, like, you know, the Blade Runner post-apocalyptic kind of look. What in the name of God is this truck doing? Come on. I get why they have like these, I guess, I don't want to call them plastic, but like a little bit of like hard plasticky parts nearby, like the wheels, nearby the license plate frames, because I mean, it's supposed to be an off-road car, and that's fair. The thing that I don't get though is, if it's an off-road car, why pair it with stainless steel that can easily be dented, that can easily be scratched, that can easily get dirty? That part I don't understand. It doesn't make too much sense to have it like that, practically speaking. I do have to say, I'm kind of sad that the Cybertruck has to have mirrors, but at the same time, obviously, you know, federal safety regulations and all that. But I mean, still, like, it looks so much cooler without them, and the mirrors that they did put on are these like cheap little triangular looking weird things. I don't like the mirrors, if you can't tell. I like the camera system that they have, which they still do keep on the car, even though it's required to have mirrors. They still do keep the camera system, which I gotta appreciate Tesla for. Going into the inside of the Cybertruck, obviously I wasn't allowed to sit in the car, but I was able to look on the inside of the car from, you know, windows and things like that. I will say, it's a very basic interior compared to like what we were shown back in like 2019, with it having like these three-seat front row and stuff like that. This car feels like you would just be getting into like any other Model S, Model 3, Model X, whatever. It just felt bland and simple, just like every other Tesla interior, even though on the outside it looks so rigid and out there. I feel like the inside should have matched. So I did end up speaking with a few of the sales guys at the Tesla dealership, which, shout out to them. They were nothing but kind to me, and they just were really chill. So if they're watching this somehow, thank you so much for a great experience. But in talking to them, I got to learn a lot more about the car. I got to see a lot more about the car. And we just got to discussing about simple things such as like how to get in the car, which to be fair, I still don't fully understand, but it makes a little bit more sense now, even though the fact that there are no door handles on the thing. There's, I believe, like a little button type of thing. I don't know for sure. I mean, hey, once the cars come out, then I'll figure it out. But for now, I'm gonna guess, if I remember it correctly and from how he told me, there is basically a button on the B and C pillar for the driver and passenger doors respectively. So yeah, I also got to see the Cyber ATV, and let me be honest with you, the Cyber ATV, that's just for publicity. I will bet money that it was just for publicity, because I saw it, and I don't know if it was because the Cybertruck was just so big in comparison, but looking at it, it just felt so tiny. I don't think a grown adult could use that thing as an actual off-roading ATV. Because like I feel like as a 5'7" person, if I tried to sit on that thing, my knees would probably be right next to my face. So I don't think that would be too comfortable driving that thing. But I mean, still, if you wanted like a little toy ATV for a kid for Christmas, I mean, not the worst idea. At this dealership specifically, they also had a Tesla bot. Obviously a prototype, but like, I don't know if you guys remember that thing, the Tesla bot that Elon Musk was talking about. This thing is interesting to say the least. Like, it looks like a mannequin, I'm not gonna lie, right there. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit scared of mannequins. Not in like a, I fear them, but like a, is that a mannequin or a person type of thing. At the very least, this one doesn't have a face. So it was easier to figure out that, no, that's not an actual person, dummy. But I think once the Tesla bot starts moving around, it's gonna be much more hard to identify it. I don't know, maybe that's a me thing, or maybe I'm just being stupid. If you guys also have this weird habit around mannequins, let me know in the comments below. I do gotta say, while I do like the Cybertruck, there is one Tesla that isn't out yet that I do like a bit more, and that's the Tesla Roadster. Where is that thing, by the way? I want to see them on the road. Those things look cool. They're very sleek, they're very down to the ground, and 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. I want to see that happen. I want to see a Tesla Roadster on the road, and not the first gen. I've seen those. I want to see the second gen. I want to see that minimalistic design, and I want to see that new interior. I want to see this thing. Man, I do have to say the rear end of the Cybertruck is a very interesting looking place of the car. It just feels very bulky, but also very truck inspired. Like, I'm looking at a Toyota Tacoma right now that's in traffic, and I see the similarities to it, but at the same time though, I also see the differences. And I mean, I don't know how to feel about it. I personally think that it looks a little bit ugly in the rear end. Well, actually no, a lot of bit ugly in the rear end. It just looks bulky and very chunky, which honestly just does not work with the car. I'm gonna be honest. I think if they had done a bit more of a traditional rear end of the truck, then it definitely would make it a bit more different and would make it a bit more likable, would be a good way to describe it, without ruining the whole uniqueness of the truck. Also, real quick, we gotta give some love to the giant windshield wiper that this thing has. Just one giant windshield wiper that spans the entire length of the windshield, and it's humongous, let me tell you. I don't know how to describe it. It's giant. Like, it's the stupidest thing to recognize, but damn is it funny to think about now. Just one giant windshield wiper, oh my god. Now, for my last point, we gotta talk about the wheels on this Cybertruck. And let me tell you, the hubcaps for the wheels are horrible. They look fine, don't get me wrong on that, but quality-wise, it won't stay on there. I think I have it in a video here that you can see it on this demo car just starting to come off, and it won't latch properly to the wheel. I know for a fact that's gonna end up on a lot of the consumer cars. I will bet money that consumers will complain about that right now. It's Tesla quality control, man. Somehow I made it back with barely any electric range. Like, it says 0.0, so you might think I just completely ran out, but no, there's still a little bit of electric power right here. And on that note, And just like that, today's video is over. I can't believe I got to see a Cybertruck. I never thought that this thing would actually be made, but I guess Tesla proved me wrong. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Let me know how you feel about this video and the Cybertruck in the comments below and my thoughts on it. And if you like what you're seeing, leave subscribe. And just like that, I'm out. I can't believe I got to see a Cybertruck. Peace.